Have you ever shared something too early, only to wish later that you had kept it to yourself? Sometimes we speak with good hearts, believing openness will protect us. But life slowly teaches us that wisdom is not only in what we say, it is also in what we choose to keep quiet. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support truly means a lot. Ayla lived where the land stretched wide and the sky felt close enough to touch. Her home rested beside open fields where grass moved gently with the wind and cattle walked in slow, steady lines. Each morning, before the light warmed the hills, Ayla stepped outside and began her work. She guided her cattle with patience, speaking softly, moving carefully, trusting the rhythm of the land. She was young, but her hands already knew responsibility. Raising cattle was not loud work. It required watching, waiting, and understanding when to move and when to let things be. Ayla loved this life, and she spoke about it freely. When villagers passed by, she greeted them with warmth. She talked about where she planned to lead her cattle next. She shared her ideas about resting the land and finding fresh water. To her, words felt harmless. Sharing felt honest. There was a neighbor who listened more than others. He stood quietly near her fence, nodding as she spoke. Ayla felt no reason to hold back. She believed that if her intentions were good, the world would respond the same way. One season, the land grew dry, grass thinned, and water became precious. Ayla discovered a quiet meadow near the hills, protected from harsh winds. It was a place that could keep her cattle strong during the hardest weeks. She shared this plan without hesitation. When she arrived there days later, her steps slowed. The meadow was already filled. The grass was pressed down, the water disturbed. Her quiet place was no longer quiet. Ayla did not argue. She did not raise her voice. She turned back, guiding her cattle away. But something inside her felt heavy. Her kindness had traveled farther than she intended. Days passed, and the same pattern returned. What she spoke of seemed to appear elsewhere first. Paths closed before she reached them. Opportunities slipped from her hands. Her work grew harder, even though she worked just as carefully as before. One evening, as Ayla repaired a broken fence post, an older woman passed by. She stopped only for a moment and watched in silence. Then she said gently, "A fence is not built to shut the world out. It is built to protect what grows inside." The woman walked on. Ayla stayed still. The words settled slowly, like dust after wind. The next morning, Ayla arose early as always, but she spoke less. She moved her cattle with quiet focus. She repaired weak places in the fence. Her plans stayed close to her steps, not her voice. When people asked questions, she smiled kindly and answered simply. Not every thought needed to be shared. Not every plan needed a listener. Time passed. The land began to heal. Grass returned where it was allowed to rest. Her cattle grew healthier, and something else changed too. Ayla felt lighter. The quiet around her no longer felt empty. It felt steady, protected. The neighbor who once listened closely came again. This time there were no long explanations, only calm work and gentle silence. He soon left, carrying nothing away. As the seasons turned, Ayla understood something deeply. Trust was not about opening every gate. It was about choosing when to open one at all. Silence was not weakness, it was care. In the soft light of evening, Ayla leaned against her fence and watched her cattle settle. The fence had not grown taller, but it had grown stronger. So had she. In our own lives, we often believe sharing everything will bring us closer to others, but wisdom teaches us balance. Some thoughts grow better when protected. Some plans need quiet to survive. May you learn when to speak and when silence is the kindest strength you can give yourself. What would you have done in Ayla's place? Drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching.